You think you know your family until someone dies and leaves behind a diary that makes your jaw drop. I'm talking about a secret so shocking it could literally be a movie plot. My grandma passed away last year. We were grieving until my aunt found her old diary. And let me tell you, my sweet cookie-baking, Bible-quoting grandmother had a past. Like, think Mafia girlfriend energy meets Mean Girls meets Gone Girl. Buckle up. Because my grandma didn't just steal my grandpa from another woman, she hunted her down, literally dragged her into the bushes. And what she and her friends did next? You're not gonna believe this. So here's the setup. My grandma and grandpa had one of those fairy tale love stories. Or so we thought. They met in the late 1950s. My grandma was beautiful, popular, but had a rebellious streak. My grandpa? Tall, charming, a little bit aloof. The classic high school heartthrob. But, plot twist, he was dating another girl at the time. Let's call her Helen. According to the diary, Grandma didn't see Helen as a problem. She saw her as an obstacle. And she wasn't the kind of girl who waited her turn. Here's where things start to get insane. Grandma starts plotting. She writes in her diary that she's going to fix the Helen problem. She recruits two of her closest friends, both described as tough, loyal, and not afraid to get a little dirty. And then one night, she lures Helen into the bushes behind the school. I'm serious. She tells her that my grandpa wanted to talk, and Helen, bless her, believed it. But instead of finding a boy waiting with flowers, she got jumped. And not just yelled at or scared off. I mean, my grandmother beat her within an inch of her reputation. She writes that she handled the Helen situation. Helen stopped showing up to school for 2 weeks. Rumors flew. Some said she moved. Some said she got sick. Nobody suspected my grandma. She was the sweet girl who volunteered at church. And guess what? Not even a month later, my grandpa asked her out. The rest was history. Wedding, kids, the whole white picket fence. But now we know it was built on violence and lies. But wait, it gets even wilder. Because in the final pages of the diary, Grandma writes something even I can't forgive. She didn't just get rid of Helen once. She saw her again, years later, in a grocery store, alone, broken. And instead of guilt, my grandma smiled. She wrote, "She still walks with a limp." I guess she remembers me. My hands were shaking when I read that. Like, who was this woman? What else didn't we know? After reading all this, my aunt called me crying. We all had this perfect image of our grandma. But now, we're questioning everything. Did Grandpa ever know? Was he in on it? Was Grandma capable of more than just this one thing? The scariest part? We'll never know. She took it all to the grave, except for that diary. But here's the part that keeps me up at night. When I showed the diary to my mom, Grandma's daughter, she went pale. That wasn't the only time your grandma got in a fight over a man. Your dad? He wasn't the first choice either. Wait, what? Turns out there might be another diary out there. And if we find it, who knows what else we'll uncover. So if you want a part 2, hit that like button, because my family is way darker than I ever imagined.